This video is for those of you who God has said that, you are on the very last battle of your kingdom spouse journey. I want to give you advice. Even though I'm small, but I'm your big sister. Listen to me. When your kingdom spouse come, don't look at things the way you want to see things. I don't know if that makes sense. Do not put your kingdom spouse in the box. Do not focus on if they have changed. We have to remember, we are human at the end of the day. They're still going to mess up. Yeah, just because God has said they're ready and they're coming back home, and now you suddenly feel like, okay, they're going to be like a God. They're not God. At the end of the day, they're still human. They're still going to mess up. But what I'm trying to say is, do not put the way your kingdom spouse does things in the box, or like you want them to do things the way you understand them or the way you want them to do things. We have to remember, these kingdom spouses, they are very stubborn. They are very full of pride. So if God has sent them to you, so a lot of them are not good at apologizing verbally. You have to also open your eyes. Don't get them out of the box, okay? Some of them are not going to say, I'm sorry. They're not going to say that verbally. They are not going to say, I'm sorry. But if you know your kingdom spouse, they are not good at expressing themselves. They have pride. You have to watch their actions. Because most of the time, they'll be communicating through their actions. But because that is not your way of receiving their apologies, now you're going to think, oh, they stay the same. Sometimes their way of apologizing might be, are you hungry? Do you want me to make you coffee? Do you want me to get you something on my way home? Hey, are you okay? How was your day? How was work? That's their way of saying I'm sorry. That's the way of caring. So don't always expect them to say things out loud, okay? It's very important, because if you are someone who is like, express themselves verbally, most of the time you're gonna expect your kingdom spouse to be just like you. We have to get them out of the box, especially men. They're not gonna say I'm sorry. They're not gonna do things just to prove themselves to you. You have to give them time. Be patient with them and watch their actions. And also, something you have to remember, since God is using you as vessel to bring his son or his daughter back to him, you have to remember God is now using you as a vessel also to make your kingdom spouse repent. Let me explain. Let's say, example, when you and your kingdom spouse are in contact now, or you guys are back together, maybe you guys are living together. If your kingdom spouse do something that to you that he is not supposed to do, something that is not right, you should not go off. I have repeated this over and over again in my videos. Be in control of your emotion, because let me tell you this, God gonna put that guilt in the spirit, and they will not rest until they ask for your forgiveness. Maybe through actions, through verbally, I don't know, but you will. That's why I said earlier, you have to watch out, not just through what they say, but also their actions. Because anytime your kingdom spouse do something that they're not supposed to do, God gonna put that guilt in them, that conviction in them, that they're not gonna rest until they do what is right. So you need to be patient with this process. Most of the time, most kingdom spouses returns and they still have these residues that need to be cleared out. And God is going to use you as a vessel to clear things out. So you need to be patient. Baby, be on control of your emotions. Be in control of your emotions. When I tell you, the way my kingdom spouse was very disobedient, like stubborn. I never seen a person who was so stubborn and rebellion than my kingdom spouse. That man was like, but when I tell you, things has taken around about, you're not gonna believe. Like sometimes when I look at this man, I'll be like, are you for real? No, for real. I'll be asking myself, like, not out loud, but I'll be like, are you for real? Like, is this the same man I used to know a few years ago? Look, we have to be patient with God's work. God is always working. Okay, so when your kingdom spouse come, don't put them in the box, and you also have to be willing for God to use you to make your kingdom spouse repent, and be patient with them and be in control of your emotion, because most of the time they're probably gonna come back with a little bit of residue. So that's your job to clear it out.